Mayapur Dhamma ki jai, Sri Jagannath Puri Dhamma ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hari Nama Sankirtana Jagya ki jai, Grantaraja Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto, Chapter 18. And the board is the text number 20. But there are several texts before that. There is no purport. And then I can read these verses to have this sequence like this, and then we come to this text number 20. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And then this chapter is called Lord Vamanadeva, the dwarf incarnation. So reading text number 14. Tasyopanyamanasya savitrin savitabravit brihaspati brahmasutram Mekalam Kasyapo Dadat. Translation. At the sacred thread ceremony of Vamanadeva, Surya, the sun god, personally uttered the Gayatri mantra. Brihaspati offered the sacred thread, and Kashyapa Muni offered the straw belt. Then you can see that Vamanadeva, he got so many gifts from the great personalities. It's very interesting, this point. Text number 15. Dado Krishna Jinam Bhumir, Dam Dam Samo Vanaspati, Kalpinacha Danam Mata, Jayus, Chatram Jagat Patit. Then the Bhumi, the Mother Earth, gave him the deer skin. Here in the verse it says, Krishna Ajinam. But the Krishna is not the Krishna, Radha Krishna, no. Krishna Ajinam is the skin of a deer, a dark skin of a deer. And then Bhumi, the Mother Earth, gave to Vamanadeva. And the demigod of Moon, Soma, or Chandra, who is the king of the forest, Vanapati, gave him Brahmadanda, the rod of Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya nowadays, they don't use this rod like this. His mother, Aditi, gave him cloths for underwear. Mother treating his son, Vamanadeva. And the deity presiding over the heavenly kingdom, Indradev, offered him an umbrella. Vamanadeva holds always umbrella like this. Now text is 16. Kamandalum Veda Garbha Kusham Saptarshayo Dadu Akshamalam Maharaj Sarasvatyabhyayatma Naha. Let's see the gifts given to Vamanadeva. Lord Brahma, he is called Veda Garbha, offered the water pot, the Kamandalo water pot. Oh, it's there. Good. The Kamandalo water pot. To the inexhaustible Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the Saptarishis, the seven sages, offered him kusha grass. And the mother Sarasvati gave him a string of Rudaksha beads. Here in this verse, Vamanadeva is called Avyaya Atma. Avyaya Atma. Avyaya means that there is no change. There is no transformation in the body. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ajopi Sama Vyayatma. The same word. And Krishna is Avyayatma. And Vamanadeva also is Avyayatma. It's called like this. There's no difference between the body and soul. It's the same. For Krishna, for Vamanadeva, all the Supreme Personality of God. Different manifestations of the personality of God. Because Vamanadeva is the Krishna himself, but in different mood, in different leelas. But this is our philosophy is that as in Chaitanya Charita, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasava Britya. Only Krishna is the Parama Ishvara. Krishna Parama, Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadirajir Govinda Sarva Karanankarana. Only Krishna is the Parama Ishvara. Arasava Britya. All others manifestations, avatars, Lord Narayana, Mahavishnu, Arasava Britya, servants of Krishna. And Krishna is the source of the avatars. As in the first canto, after describe one list of 33 different avatars. And then that's that famous verse, Ete chansa kalapunsam, Krishna istu bhagavam swayam. And Krishna is the avatari, the source of the avatars. Next, text is 17. Tasma iti upanitaya yaksharat patrikam adat. Bhiksham Bhagavati Sakshat Umadambika Sati. When Vamanadeva had thus been given the sacred thread, Kuvera, the kings of Yakshas, like it is Yaksharat, gave him a pot for begging alms. And Mother Bhagavati, the wife of Lord Shiva, Uma, in the verse also there is Uma. Ambika Sati, Ambika is the mother, Ambika means mother, mother of the entire universe. Is Sati the most chaste woman in the universe, gave him the first alms, the first donations like this. And then this verse is confirmed that the brahmacharis has to collect the donations to offer to the deities, to the spiritual master. Vamanadeva gave the example, and the great personalities, Kuvera gave the pot to get the donations like this. And then the wife of Lord Shiva gave the first one. I'm the first one to give donation like this. Next verse. Sabhrama varchasinaivam sabham sambhavito vatu brahmarchigana sanjustam acharyochata marisha. Having thus been welcomed by everyone, Lord Vamanadeva, the best of the brahmachari, exhibit his Brahman effulgence. Thus he surpassed in beauty that entire assembly, which was filled with great saintly brahmanas. You see, that assembly, everyone had some effulgence. But the Brahmavachas, the effulgence of Vamanadeva is much bigger. Yeah? Text 19. Samidham ahitam vanim kritva parishamuhanam paristirya samabhyarcha samidbir ajuhodvija. After Lord Sri Vamanadeva set a sacrificial fire, he offered worship and performed the fire sacrifice on the sacrificial field. And then Lord Vamanadeva, he himself performed sacrifice, Agnihotra, in the presence of these great personalities, demigods, and rishis, etc. Then we come to the text number 20, and then we can together repeat the verse. Okay. Shrutva shramedaye yajamanamurjitam baling brigunam upakalpitaistatam Jagama tatra kilasara sambrito Varinagam sannamayam pade pade Shrutva swamidhaya yajamanamurjitam Baling brigunam upakalpitaistata Jagama tatra kilasara sambrito Varinagam samnamayam pade pade Shraddha swamidai janamanam urjitam Valing brigunam upakalpitaistata Sarasambrita Nagansanamayam pade pade Sutasvame Nam upakalpitaistata Now we can repeat the words Shrutva after hearing Ashvamedha by Ashvamedha sacrifice Yajamanam the performer Urjitam very glorious Baling Bali Maharaj Brigunam, under the guidance of the Brahmanas, born in Brigu dynasty, Upakalpitai, performed Tataha, from that place, Jagama went, Tatra, there, Akila Sara Sambritaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the essence of all creation, Bharena, with the weight, Gam, the earth, Sannamayang, depressing, Pade Pade, at every step. Translation. When the Lord heard that Bali Maharaj was performing Ashvamedha sacrifice under the patronage of Brahmanas belonging to the Brigu dynasty, the Supreme Lord, who is full in every respect, proceeded there to show his mercy to Bali Maharaj. By his weight, he pushed down the earth with every step. Now the purport given by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Akila Sara Sambrita. In other words, He is the proprietor of everything essential in this material world. Thus, although the Lord was going to Bali Maharaj to beg something, He is always complete and has nothing to beg from anyone. Indeed, He is so powerful that in His full opulence, He pressed down the surface of the earth at every step. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyanam Jana Salakaya Shakshurum Miritam Jena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Staptam Jena Bhutale Swayam Adachi Swapadam Chikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Chinamine Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashachade Satarini. Here in these verses appears another great personality who will participate in this Lila, Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj he became so powerful, more powerful than the demigods. Even he attracted the Brahmanas of Brigu Rishi, Brigu Muni, to perform his own Ashwamedha sacrifice. Ashwamedha sacrifice is very difficult to perform. We see in the previous verse that Vamanadeva, he performed the Agnihotra, more simple ritual sacrifice. But Bali Maharaj was performing Ashwamedha sacrifice, and he called the Brahmanas in the line of Brigu Muni. He was a Asura, a demon, but he became so powerful. He could dominate all the universe like that. Because that Vamanadeva appeared, it was the Lila. And then the verse says that Vamanadeva heard that Bali Maharaj was performing this Ashwamedha sacrifice, and then he thought, I go there. And here in this verse say that Vamanadeva went to the place where Bali Maharaj was performing Ashwamedha sacrifice, not to defeat him, but instead to give benediction to him. As the verse says, proceed there to show the mercy, his mercy to Bali Maharaj. As Srila Prabhupada points out here in the purport, this Vamanadeva is called Akila Sara Sambrita. Akila Sara Sambrita. Sara means essence. Aquila complete essence, sambrita, concentrated. Yeah. He's the essence of everything. Yeah. As in Srimad Bhagavatam, the second verse says, Vedyam Vastavam Atra Vastu. This Vastu, this substance, this is the Sara, the essence. Vedyam Vastavam Atra Vastu Shivadam Tat Trimulanam. The Shivadam is completely auspicious. And then Vamanadeva is the same essence of everything. Yeah. As in Bhagavad Gita in 11th chapter, when Krishna showed the Vishvarup, universal form, Arjuna said to Krishna, Krishna, this is a theater. Please show your essence, show your body. And then Krishna showed your essence, because there is no difference between the body and soul of Krishna. As I mentioned, Avyayatma. Ajopisam Avyayatma. Ishvare Bhut. And then Krishna is his body and soul is the same. The same. Vamanadeva also is that Akila essence sambritam. Also another term that I want to point out, we read in previous verse. The Vamanadeva, he showed his Brahmavachas, it means his effulgence. As in Brahma Samhita diz, Yasya prabha prabhavatu jagadanda koti, koti shvashesha vasudadi bhima. Tad brahma niskalamat anantam achesha bhutam govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. This prabha, this effulgence that comes from the body of Krishna. Also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also manifests his prabha, his effulgence. Yeah? As in the Mangalacharana of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he said, Radha Bhava Jyoti Suvalitam. Sri Krishna, Radha Bhava Jyoti Suvalitam, Sri Krishna Swarupam. It means externally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is manifesting the effulgence of Radha Bhava, but his essence was Krishna. His Swarupa, the essence of Krishna was, the essence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Krishna. But his effulgence is Radha Bhava, the effulgence of Srimati Radharani. This effulgence is everywhere. As in Upanishad said, Hiramayena patrena sachachapihitam mukham. Devotee says, please, Krishna, remove your effulgence because I want to see your mukha, your face. Only devotees can see the face of Krishna.
Those who are not devotees, they say only the effulgence. Only the effulgence. Impersonalist, he only considers the effulgence of Krishna. He does not say as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Brahmano hi pratistaham. I'm the pratista. I'm the foundation of this Brahman, this effulgence, like this. Only devotees who can understand who is who. It is one definition of the Vaishnava. Yeah. Who is the Vaishnava? Vaishnava is the one who knows who is who. Who is Krishna, who is the avatars, who is the manifestation of Krishna. This definition of Vaishnava. The impersonalists cannot understand this. Once I read one article, one big Mayavadi, he says, the best contribution of Shankaracharya was that he sees all the deities, all the divinities as the same. But the Vaishnava, no, he can identify who is Krishna, who is Narayana, who is Vamanadeva, who is Mahavishnu, etc. This is a definition, because Krishna manifests his knowledge through the heart of devotee. Atasi Krishna namajina bhaved grahyam indriyai sevamuke hijivado swayameva spuratada. Through the intellect, to the mind, to the senses, no one can understand Krishna as he is. Only by seva, devotional service, sevamukhe hijivado, jiva, the tongue to chant Hare Krishna and tongue to eat prasadam. And then swayameva spurachada, Krishna will manifest in the heart of the devotee. Devotee is not anyone. For those who recognize Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God. As in Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami says, Mukti dadhati kahachit smana bhakti yoga. Krishna can give very easily mukti, this impersonal liberation, but bhakti yoga, one can show himself that he is a devotee of Krishna. Because Krishna sees the heart of the devotees and he sees where is the sincerity. Devotee has to be sincere when he approaches to Krishna. As Kunti Devi says, akinchana gochara, akinchana gochara. It's not Jama, Svarya, Shruta, Shriviri, Damana, Madapumam. People who are very much intoxicated by the name, the famous name he has, and Ashvarya, the very rich, Shruta, very knowledgeable, Shri, very beautiful, strong, like this. This does not attract Krishna. Krishna, for approaching Krishna, akinchana gochara. One has to be humble with the spirit of serving. Only by devotional service one can approach Krishna. The Srila Prabhupada, he taught us very nicely. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any comments or questions like this? Okay, only a few words. I can present myself like this. I'm Purusastraya, so I'm from Brazil. I'm Srila Prabhupada's disciple. And I lived in India on 90s, in Vrindavan mostly. And I came to Juhu temples several times. Raja Hare was here, and still he's here. Yes, firm example, fixed in devotional service like this. Devakinanda, that was here, and he is here, Bhima Prabhu. This is the foundation of Juhu temple, and we see that temple is alive. For us, that my preaching field is in South America, in Brazil. I'm Brazilian. And then we don't have such facilities that we have here in India, because the Vaishnava, here is the Vaishnava culture, belongs to the country. But there they don't know, they know nothing about the Vaishnava culture. You have to explain the simple things. Who is Krishna? Who is Prabhupada? What is devotional service? Mahamantra? You have to explain. But the potential of Srila Prabhupada is so great that so many people are becoming devotees of Krishna seriously. Even the background of the country is different. It's Christian background like that. But even though we are preaching, there is a challenge to do this kind of preaching like that. Also in Brazil, we don't have that kind of Indian community as in others. Countries, US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and even in Africa, Kenya, South Africa, like this. There's so many Indian people who give you support. But we are working for the mission to establish the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And then we have all the books of Prabhupada printed in our language like this. And then Srimad Bhagavatam is there. Chaitanya Charitamrita is there. All this knowledge is, because this is for the whole, the Sankirtana movement of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is for the whole world. There's no barriers. Nowadays we are living in the technological era, internet communications like that, and then there's no separation. West countries, East countries, there's no separation. It's one thing, sir. Just one thing. And then it's very important for us. It's very important for us. We can see when we come to India, we can see that the mission of Srila Prabhupada is the top one. It's alive like this. And then this gave us like support. We are facing different difficulties, economic difficulties, and even for preaching. But Anyway, in Brazil, by the mercy of Krishna, the preaching is very free. We can preach everywhere. We can go to universities dressing as devotees. We can go to the street and do Harinam like this. It's not we don't have this kind of problem. But it's not easy to convince people to become. It's not easy at all. Sometimes it lasts for years. Then finally the person, I start to chant japa like this. But we keep doing, preaching like this. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. The only thing is to satisfy Srila Prabhupada and to keep doing his mission everywhere. And then it's very nice to come here again to Juhu Temple and to meet all the friends here and see that the temple is going on very nicely for the satisfaction of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.